Bye everybody.
Godspeed, you crazy bastard.
How much did you do, good sir?
Awaiting trip report. If OP is still alive, of course.
You will never be the same.
OP died. End of story.
Rest in peace, Nigel. That sure is a terrible way to die. If you somehow happen to be alive, be strong, man. Try to put yourself together.
Just letting you guys know I lived. But just barely. I can barely see and I'm still hearing things that aren't there. I don't feel like the same person anymore.
Do you remember anything?
OP here. Sorry, I kind of forgot about this thread, or I would have posted a trip report earlier. It's been a week since I dosed, and I still don't feel quite right. My vision is back almost 100% though, which is nice, but I'll still occasionally have auditory hallucinations. Sometimes when I'm trying to go to sleep, I'll hear a loud boom noise in my ears and it feels like I'm being hit in the face. Both of these occur simultaneously and are over in half a second, but it's very definite. I also will hear people honking at me when I'm driving, and turn around to see who the asshole is, and I'll be the only one on the road. The one that really bothers me is this loud exhaling noise. It sounds like somebody took a deep breath and exhaled it down the back of my neck. The first time it happened was the day after my trip ended. By the way, I tripped for 3 goddamn days. And it scared me so badly that I fell on the ground and just closed my eyes until I could muster the strength to get back up. Okay, so, trip report. I really don't remember a lot, but I remember bits and pieces. So sorry if this doesn't make a ton of sense. A couple weeks ago I was rafting the Colorado River inside of the Grand Canyon, and during a hike one day I realized that datura was growing everywhere. Being the opportunist I am, I picked what you saw in my picture. I also got a couple bags full of psychoactive acacia and a cactus that looked like San Pedro. I knew it wasn't local, but it looked exactly like it, so I took some. Turns out it wasn't. Anyway, I wasn't really planning on full-on tripping off the datura because I knew how intense it could be and how dangerous it is. I just picked it because it doesn't grow around me and I thought it'd be fun to experiment with. The day after I got back from my trip I ate a leaf, just to see what would happen. I got like a low-dose DPH body load and the drunkenness from like 2 shots and it lasted most of the day. By the way, I know I'm straying from the subject a lot, but I can't focus on shit after that trip. I lose my train of thought constantly. And I'm not going to backspace this shit cause it's taking me forever to type it, so work with me. Anyway, so come Sunday, I realized I had the house to myself for a week because my roommates were going to some bullshit convention in LA, and I decided to try the datura full on. I ate the seeds in the green pod in the middle and a couple more from one of the brown ones. I got bored waiting for it to kick in and I decided to smoke a joint of like 75% weed and 25% datura leaf. After I finished smoking it, about an hour and a half after eating the seeds, I went inside to watch TV. I started watching something and heard a knock at the door. I got up to see who it was, and of course there was nobody there. I sat back down and my TV was off. It's important for any readers to realize that I just watched a black TV for 20 minutes and answered a door with nobody there and still didn't realize I was tripping. I started looking for the remote and found it, yeah right, on the kitchen table. I sit back on the couch and turn on the TV, LOL, again. I'm looking through the guide and there's nothing on. I look down at the remote to look for the list button to see if I have anything recorded, and there's no fucking remote in my hand. I look up and the TV is off. I snap back to reality for a second here, long enough to realize that I was tripping, but that's about it. The word datura never crossed my mind. I went into my room to lay down for a second to see if I could figure shit out and calm down. I laid down for a few minutes and just felt overwhelming fear and physical sickness. I felt totally sober, so I figured a little walk outside would help calm me down. I go out my front door and walk around my block once, come back in my room, and see somebody laying in my bed. The shock of this caused me to open my eyes and realize that I never left my room. I figured I fell asleep and dreamt that I got up and walked outside, so I got up again to walk around. I come back in, see myself, looking like someone else, on my bed, open my eyes, and I'm on my couch in front of the TV. I still don't know if I ever left the couch to go lay down at all, or if I went outside, or any of that. After this point it gets really hazy, but I remember that I managed to get my TV on and watch Pawn Stars. Fucking love that show. I got really frustrated though because none of what the people were saying was making any sense. It just sounded like gibberish. I also was getting the distinct impression that the people in the show were staring at me through the TV and talking about me in their fucked up language. At this point it's probably around 9 at night of the same day I dosed. I don't remember anything until the next afternoon. I was still extremely delirious, but I was somewhat aware of what I was doing. I remembered that I kept my bong and weed out with a bowl packed so that if I needed to I could smoke to calm down. I grabbed it and went outside to smoke a few bowls. I kept seeing the neighbor kids running around and riding scooters in my backyard. I would yell something at them and they'd disappear, only to come back a few minutes later. At one point I yelled at them and instead of disappearing they dropped everything and ran over to me and sat down cross-legged in front of me. I got really frustrated, took a huge hit off my bong, closed eyes, turned toward them, and opened my eyes to blow smoke in their face. Normally I would never do something like this. They're nice kids and I'm friends with their parents, so I would never smoke right in front of their kids. And of course they were nowhere to be seen. Basically, I spent the next day and a half after that in state of total delirium. I would see people, hear things, and go places, but all logic and reason at this point points towards me never leaving my house and being alone the whole time. The night of the third day I slept for at least 20 hours, and woke up. My head was killing me, and I was thirstier than I've ever been in my whole life. I may not have drank any water over the 3-day period. I drank about a gallon of water and started walking around my house trying to piece stuff together. I couldn't see jack shit though, my vision was really blurred and double. I'd have to focus for a while just to make things out. Basically, I woke up to find all the doors and windows in my house wide open, all the carpeting in my house totally soaked in water, piss everywhere in the bathroom except the toilet, a broken mirror, and a broken $200 bong. That part hurt. And the bong wasn't broken in the backyard where I thought I was smoking, but on the side of the house, where I would never smoke because it's just not as nice as by the plants and in the sun and stuff, so that whole smoking sequence don't think I was where I thought I was. Anyway, I don't remember much more about it. My only regret is that I broke my bong. I didn't die or majorly fuck anything up, so I'd say it went well. My house is still a fucking mess. My roommates come home today and I'm going to let them deal with it, because I don't really give enough of a fuck to clean it up right now. Anyway, I'll never, ever do DATURA ever again. But it was worth it to have that one experience with insanity. My summation of the trip is that for 3 days, I lost control of myself and my senses completely.
Welcome back, OP. Thanks for the trip report. On a slightly related note, I suggest you pull yourself together and try to tidy the house a little bit if you want to avoid explaining yourself to the roommates, or come up with a believable story.
I cleaned up the piss and managed to get the carpets dry. I just don't have the energy to do the rest. They don't care that I do drugs, I just didn't want to be tripping face on DATURA around them, for a few obvious reasons.
Goddamn every bit of that, except the mess and dehydration, sounds like something I really want to experience.
Shit gave you exploding head syndrome. Goddamn I want to try this. Hope I never see this fucking plant growing anywhere I can get to it.